This is the Uptick Network Stock Day Podcast, sponsored by InvestorsHangout.com. Penny stock news and interviews from the microcap world. Public information on OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world. With your host, Everett Jolly.
On today's show, we have a brand new guest. They are in the real estate business, also digital content business. We're talking about RESAAS Service Inc. They trade on the OTCQX under the ticker symbol RSASF. They also trade up on the Canadian Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol RSS. Thomas, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for hosting me on your show this morning, Everett.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. Hey, give my listeners a little bit about statement of who you guys are and what you do.
Well, we've created a technology platform that unites the real estate industry, is the bottom line. What we've realized from doing a lot of research over the years is that the world of real estate is actually, it's changed. And as a consumer, you have a lot of access to information that we just didn't have years before. And what we heard loud and clear from agents, brokers, the big brands in real estate, the boards that govern the markets, really every major player, is that the feeling was that at a professional level, they just didn't have the insights and the tools to stay ahead of the consumer and provide continued value. So we approached it with, fresh set of tools and some eyes wide open and took to it with the technology we've got and have provided a really simple way for large real estate organizations, brands, boards, really any real estate group that has a membership to provide value to those members, to help them connect, communicate, send deals to each other. And, as we're seeing increasingly often now in today's world, as you look at that at scale and as over time more and more people use it and more data is packaged, you start to analyze that and look at patterns. And those patterns and those trends and what the data tells you is tremendously insightful. And that's really where we fit. So we provide a way for the industry, not the consumer side, but the business side of real estate, to work together at an agent level and provide insight into the trends, the patterns, and really to help that side of the industry be more efficient and do more deals.
I've been reading some of your past press releases. You guys are working with Shea Homes, RE/MAX Worldwide, and Keller Williams. Tell us about what is that RESAAS has that attracts these big companies.
Well, first off, let's identify what the goal of these companies is. And I think it's pretty simple. It's to provide value to the agents that choose to operate within that company. Now, the result of that, Everett, should be more deals and more transactions, and ultimately that means more revenue for the agent. And the more successful that agent is, the more successful that their brokerage or their office that they work with is as well. And then beyond that going up, the more successful that particular franchise or company is as well. Now, two of those companies that you mentioned, two of our larger clients, RE/MAX and Keller Williams, they've both got over 100,000 agents in their network.
Absolutely.
So they operate at scale. And, they've got a tremendous reach across the US and internationally, both of them have. And they're building up a large physical footprint of lots of agents and lots of offices. Now, they choose to run RESAAS technology in the background to unite their agents across different time zones and in different countries to enable that real-time communication I was talking about and give more referrals to the agents within their network. So bottom line, any large real estate organization really that wants more of its agents doing more deals, ideally with each other where possible, that's what we have. And RESAAS has various solutions to provide an incredible way to make that happen.
If you would, maybe break it down for my listeners a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your platform. What makes it so special? How does it empower your agents?
Well, it's real time and it uses technology and it's in the palm of their hand, right? So it's mobile first, it's online, it's in the cloud, it's all the buzzwords you'd expect from a tech company. But to pair it back into real terms, if you put a lot of real estate agents in a room together and shut the door and watch through one-way glass about what they talk about and how they interact, you would think that if they're operating locally, they are competing with each other. But we've actually done that, and we've observed it at events and in different settings across the US and across Canada and overseas as well. And Everett, it's amazing about the education and the knowledge sharing and the collaboration that exists at the professional level of the industry. So what RESAAS does is it provides an arena and a framework for that to happen at scale using technology. Okay, so as an agent in Vancouver, I could connect with an agent anywhere else in the world that I want to either send a referral to or capture a lead from, or maybe I've got a client that's moving and I want to interact with someone else. We provide a completely level playing field with amazing insights and amazing transparency for the industry at large to help the agents and help the brokers be part of a professional movement so that it's more professionally driven and it's less consumer driven. And that's really what we do. And we do it by partnering with major brands and white labeling our technology to provide them that service I was talking about earlier.
You know, in 2015, you guys, and correct me if my numbers are wrong, 2015, you guys did about a little over 107,000 in revenue. Same quarter, a year later, you did over 304,000. How do you guys monetize your platform?
A few ways. So let's back up a little bit. So we started RESAAS originally, I want to say about 5 years ago, to help the business side of real estate take a leap forward. That's what we wanted to do. So we opened up an agent-only business network that we called the Real Estate Social Network to, as I said earlier, observe the usage and the patterns that agents conduct themselves by. And that told us definitively what these organizations that prop up the industry and empower these agents need. So once we'd done that and we had this amazing market research, we set to work. And by that point, Everett, we'd amassed about over 400,000 agents that use RESAAS, right? So it's very well populated. We've got amazing patterns and continuity. And so then really last year, we took it to market to sell. And in the last few months, so through 2016 and up to now, we've secured major agreements with several large real estate associations to provide a pretty unique solution that the industry has not seen before. Okay. Now, on top of that, as you mentioned earlier, we power the number one and number two real estate franchises on a global basis. And now we've been called upon to guide, advise, and to consult really on macro issues facing the industry at large, which complements our other offerings. So our core model is technology platform sales. That's what we do. We've got an amazing piece of technology that really any big brand should be using, and we white label that and we integrate it with our existing back end. And it's built on a monthly recurring billing model, okay, which I'm pleased to say that is increasing month over month. Now, 2017, it's RESAAS's breakout year. And, you know, all the work we've been putting up until now, observing these trends, working out what to sell, how to craft it, what the messaging is, how to price it, and now taking it to market. We've seen the adoption, we've seen the uptake, we've seen the amazing testimonials from everyone, from the agent's assistant level through to the brokers, through to the executives that run these associations at a local or a state level. And the wave is building, and there's a lot of demand that we're experiencing now for the various solutions that we have.
Do you believe your platform is bringing a new paradigm to the real estate industry?
It absolutely is. And, you know, really, again, we try and always bring it back to reality because, you know, in the world of technology, it's easy to kind of go off on a tangent. But we've got a picture in the office of an agent and you know, we all, for those of us that haven't been in this industry, we know what their MO is, what their mandate is, how they operate, what excites them, what they need. And the way I look at it is this: if we can create an atmosphere and an area that's online, that's in the palm of every agent's hand, that they can access from the office, from a client's home, from the golf course, from the home office, from wherever they are, and it allows them to tap into this network of other professionals that are equally or maybe better informed and better trained and better educated. It lets RESAAS help the industry elevate their game, take it to a new level. And when we do that, we provide a better experience to consumers because they're dealing with better equipped agents. We provide a better framework for agents to succeed in because we're uniting them and bringing them deals and helping them capture opportunities they'd otherwise miss out on. And the most important thing is at an industry level that complements everything that the National Association of Realtors is doing at a national, at a state, at a local level, all these boards that govern the markets. The most important thing we do is we provide transparency and insight and compliance into the world of organized real estate. And that, at the moment, in various parts of the country is tricky and hard to do and causing problems. RESAAS, because it's technology-based, has an amazing way to capture data, provide a fantastic audit trail and log of everything that happens, and give the industry at large, the media side, the governance side, the compliance side, these big brands, they're all looking for information. We provide an amazing way to look under the table, look through the glass and see what's happening. What are the trends? What are the patterns? What are the problems? Where are the successes?
Absolutely.
That's what we gather, and that's what we share with our big clients.
Well, it sounds like you built an extremely strong company. What does the rest of the year hold for your company, and what can investors expect in the months and the quarters to come?
Well, we touched on it earlier, really, about the evolution we've had over the past, I want to say 9 to 12 months, Everett. We've got a fantastically stable product. The effort and the energy and the investment has gone into the technology platform. It's built, it's done, it's proven, it's scalable. It's won awards. It runs on Microsoft Cloud. We've an amazing piece of technology. And we took it to market. We put on our sales hats after being fully informed with what people are wanting. We did that last year, and we signed a whole bunch of major organizations, all looking for a lot of the benefits that we've been talking about today. That includes the largest local real estate association in America, which is down in Miami with nearly 50,000 members. It includes a large part of the Bay Area of San Francisco, which is, I think, as people know, probably the most active seller's market in real estate in North America.
Absolutely.
And
I agree.
We've got an increasing coverage now between the association side at the grassroots level and the enterprise side up at the franchise end, with a lot of brokerages in the middle now coming to us saying, look, we want a solution to have better communication and better insight and better tools for our agents to achieve more. And now we're fully in sales mode. We've got a great product. It's out in the market. Those that are using it are raving about it. The stats we're seeing, Everett, are they're exceeding our expectations, let alone the client's expectations. And as we continue to blaze our trail and attract more of these major groups that represent the industry, and they all come onto RESAAS, and we see an equal or increasing number of agents use it in these markets, then we've got a fantastically powerful vehicle to get insight into the industry that we've just not seen before. So, as I said, this is our breakout year. 2016 was a great year in sales. This is proving to be even better. And so I would encourage any listeners of your show to reach out for more information on our company, our direction, our stock, our future. Best way is by email through info@resaas.com. And happy to come back and do this again in the future and give an update then.
My guest today has been Tom Rossiter. He is the CEO of RESAAS Service. They trade on the OTCQX under the ticker symbol RSASF. They also trade on the Canadian Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol RSS. Tom, I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule and being on the show today. Absolutely. I hope that you come back in 40 or 50 days, give us an update. Maybe we'll talk about a little bit about the things that you've been working with Shea Homes, about the new tracking homes. It's exciting to have you on the show, and thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me on your show, Everett, and look forward to doing this again very soon.
The following program is entirely sponsored and produced by Uptick Newswire LLC, which is responsible for the following content. The opinions and information provided on today's show are those of the guests and of those of the respective companies they represent, and does not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of this station. Uptick Network encourages all listeners of the show to do their own due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that'll work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional. The guests of today's show may have paid to appear on the show and are not directly affiliated with Uptick Network or this station.